IMSA fans, we have some really cool history being made, also some history to honor. This weekend, the TireRack.com Battle on the Bricks, first ever time for hybrid race cars, the IMSA GTP cars in Gasoline Alley. Indeed, they're moved forward just a little bit into the Formula One garages. You take a look at the entire GTP field housed here. This is where they'll live for the event. We'll also have many of the IMSA GTD and GTD Pro cars along these Formula One pits that we got built for the first time when Formula One came here in 2000. But just over there, that's where we have real history of the Indianapolis 500, where yet again sports car racing adding its name to this legacy. So Gasoline Alley, the place where again the Indianapolis 500, its cars, its legendary mechanics and crew work from here. Garage A1 for the Kordoff Preston Motorsports team. That's traditionally A.J. Foyt's home for the month of May. The A, B, and C garages. But long before these cement buildings were assembled in 1986, before that, these were wooden, almost barn-like structures that lived for decades and decades before that. This is where the real fame and love for all the mechanics, all the crews, all the inventors, the ingenious folks coming up with great ideas, new concepts for racing cars. So much of this came out of Gasoline Alley. Even back in the days before sports cars raced here, there's still some fun sports car history. Back in 1965, one of the wildest, most inventive folks ever to live, Jim Hall, his famous Chaparral team out of Texas in 1965. We're testing a Chaparral 2 here. Thanks to our friends, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway photo archives, we're able to pull up quite a few photos for us to show you. So even though IMSA has somewhat of a new history here coming for the first time, in 2012, racing through 2014, we're back now in 2023. Still some pretty cool stuff to know that the great Jim Hall, the Chaparral 2 and all of its prototype amazingness was here testing back in the mid-1960s. So this is a place where ideas, modernization, everything has been born from. Let's go down to the ground. Let's take a look and see more of what's happening inside these garages. There's also a very special one we'll go and find as well. Friends, this is one of my oldest pals. Used to work for Steve Cameron. You might know his brother Ricky. He is a great race engineer. He's got a son named Dane who was like 2 years old running around the shop when I was working there. He's pretty good at driving race cars, but we're gonna close our Gasoline Alley, a little bit of history and walk and talk here. Steve, I haven't told you why we're here talking.
No,
you've trusted
surprise,
me here. You are in garage A18.
Correct.
Your Michelin Pilot Challenge team, right? Michelin Pilot Challenge Series team, of which you do a wonderful job. Do you know that your cars, this specifically, the number 43, is in the garage, used in May by Joseph Newgarden, who won the Indianapolis 500. So if we're talking about a golden garage to be in Gasoline Alley, I don't know if you chose it or if they gave it to you, but you've got the magic one. Tell me about knowing what came out of here in May that changed someone's life. Maybe this will happen here this weekend.
Well, first of all, if we could be as good as Penske Racing, I'd be really impressed with us. So, but we do our best. But yeah, that's an amazing coincidence. And you know, I mean, we've been strong all year. We've had our tough luck in the pits, but I think we had a chance of winning it. And now you've motivated me. We're going to make sure we do.
All right. So we're going to make sure there's not just a one-time winner coming out of this garage this year. Cameron Racing, Steve Cameron, great drivers, great crew. You never know where you're going to be located and what's been done in Gasoline Alley, but boy, you could not have found a better home for the weekend
I
here.
thought you were going to tell me it was Richard Petty's pit with the number 43.
Look, I need to go do my history. Maybe the King won here as well. But wonderful stories again. Gasoline Alley. Steve being one of the great engineers, mechanics, trained so many of us. So many of us have careers because we've worked for him or folks like him. So just great to see Steve here, adding more legacy to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Make sure you follow along with us on IMSA's official YouTube channel. Follow IMSA Racing on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff with some pretty cool people, some pretty cool race cars. Visit IMSA.com to hear the action called live and download the official IMSA app to follow the timing and scoring information as the sessions take place.